Hey everybody, so welcome to another Namaste video, because I'm not calling them Namaste Mondays or Sundays because I haven't really been able to stick with a weekly schedule for these, but cross my fingers, maybe at least I've been able to do the races, so that's a bonus. That's a big thing. So anyway, these are the cards, and let's just see if we can shuffle them up and see what we can come up with so that we can help ourselves start the week on the right note, or at least different than we usually start it. So I take a card from the deck. Let's see what we got. All right, so this one says, do one thing at a time. The world is now a multitasker's dream. Today, everyone has to manage scattered thoughts, ideas, and movements. Most are not multitaskers, though. Even a renowned multitasker will have difficulty grounding themselves in the moment. Next time you tackle your never-ending to-do list, focus on one thing. Do one task at a time and see how this allows you to be immersed in the task and the moment. When you rid yourself of all the other obligations while focusing on what you're doing, the task at hand will allow you to recover and rest. I love this. It has been so tough. You would figure, at least I thought, that with the COVID forcing everyone to work from home, I thought, oh, I'm going to have plenty of time to do so much. I'm going to get so many things accomplished. I can focus on this, and that. And that's not really how it panned out. And it's not only me, it's been a lot of people. With COVID, I think a lot of people, actually, I did read and hear on the radio that a lot of people these days are having more to do, more tasks to do at home for their jobs, and having to juggle that with a lot of other things like if you're going to the post office, you're going to the supermarket, you're going to the bank, whatever it is, it does take a little bit longer, and it takes a longer chunk out of your day. But it's not only that, it's if you're taking care of your kids or an older parent or even your own health, it takes a toll, and you become so scatterbrained right here, big scatterbrain, that it's hard to focus, hard to step back. But you know what, doing one thing at a time is a good thing, because I did with yoga. I'm not saying that I'm all totally there, not totally there at all, but just focusing on my practice and the classes, both in just learning certain movements and mantras and breathing techniques, and the verbal classes of learning, anatomy, and what Kundalini is, and the koshas. I'm focusing on that one task, which is learning, and just it's funny how just focusing on one thing as opposed to everything in this monkey mind of mine really helps. You do feel it's like a getaway. And with the previous job that I had, I was so much more scatterbrained than I ever could imagine that I would be, along from of so many emotions and stress, and wow, it was just a lot. And not being there anymore, and in this job, and every job that you have is not going to be easy. You're always going to have obstacles and issues. It's life. It's not only the job, it's life. You're always going to have something that doesn't work right, or you have extra to do. It's going to happen. But here I have been able to focus on different things without that added stress. And there are stresses, like I said, but it's a different kind. And being able to have that time to step back and immerse myself in the yoga and a little bit of meditation, made me realize, wow, it feels great to be able to focus on only one thing, whether it is meditation, whether it is my practice, or just organizing stuff. So if it's nice to focus on that one thing, you really do feel, oh man, for me, it feels so zen to be able to just do that instead of working on through 30 different things at once with work, or even just doing personal stuff like, oh, I got to go here, I got to go there. No, just focus on one thing, then move on to your next thing. Kind of like, maybe not the same, but there was an episode of Friends where Chandler he's getting married, and he was thinking of everything as a whole, and he was freaking out. And Ross was telling him, okay, just take one thing at a time. You know, put your pants on, put your jacket on, put your cummerbund. Now let's move on to the next task. Put your shoes on. Little things like that, if you can take a step back to do, it really will make a difference, because you will feel a little bit more, you'll feel like you're able to focus a little bit more, and that just makes you feel a lot easier and able to tackle any task that comes along. Even when you're overwhelmed with stuff, you're like, oh, okay, let's just organize it this way. And that way, as time goes along, you'll be able to handle things a little bit better than you did before. So I think that is kind of a long-winded explanation for this. I think it's definitely worth doing. So I hope you like this Namaste exercise, and I hope to be back next week or soon with another Namaste affirmation and exercise. Have a good one.